I'm having a very hard time feeling any sympathy for this guy. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a pastor of Phoenix City, Alabama, and mayor of Smith Station, Alabama, Bubba Copeland. He took his own life after being approached by police during a slow speed pursuit. He was age 62. Now, the reason why the media will say he took his own life is because he was outed as being transgender by a conservative news website called 1819.com. Now, he was, I guess you would say, outed, but at the same time, he outed himself because he had public social media profiles and a lot more we're going to get into. And before I continue into all the details, I want to send my prayers to his family and to the community. Apparently, he was very well loved in his area. People didn't really know about his extracurricular activities, double life, or whatever you want to call it. They just know him for being Bubba and being in the community. So prayers out to you guys. Now, normally when somebody is deceased in the story I cover, I say rest in peace to the person that is no longer with us. But I'm not quite sure I want to say that in this case. Once we get through all the details, you're going to understand why I'm saying that. Now, first things first, let's check out this particular individual. You see the headline here. This is on Post Millennial, and we're going to get through quite a few news sources. It says Alabama mayor, Baptist pastor deletes himself after being exposed as transgender curvy girl Brittany Blair. So you see that's him right there on the left. And then that's him, of course, on the right, on a convertible. That's him. All right. Now, this is an example of his social media. You see he's dressed up, got the wig on and everything else. So when they say that the conservative news website outed him, how? This man had public social media. He had an Instagram. He was on Reddit. He's doing all kind of things, right? He was very active on these websites. And he was posting very inappropriate pictures of other people, which is part of the reason why I say this guy, rest in peace, I'm not really sure. I don't think I want to say that for this particular individual. But you see what's going on. You see like what he says right here. A transitioning transgender curvy girl that loves smiling, clothes, and shoes. Let's chat. And he's promoting the Instagram, Brittany Blair Summerlin. He's promoting the Instagram right here on the internet. Okay, active in plus size fashion, translator, all kind of stuff. And again, the narrative is that the conservative website outed his private life, things that he did behind closed doors. Well, how are you doing things behind closed doors when you got a whole social media digital footprint, when you're all over Instagram and Reddit? How's that doing things privately? You thought that you put on the wig and the makeup and you wouldn't get recognized when you post things publicly, but obviously that wasn't the case. Now, let's get into the news clip here. You're going to hear from Mr. Copeland before he deleted himself, because the article came out and then he addressed it in church. And you're also going to hear from the young man behind the news report on 1819.com. Then we're going to get into some more disturbing details that's going to bring the story on home for you. And without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
People are talking about Baptist leaders in Alabama are responding to allegations against a Phoenix City pastor and local mayor after photos appeared online showing him dressed in women's clothing.
The Baptist organization's response comes 2 days after 1819news.com, an online media organization, published the story along with several photos. News 9's East Alabama reporter Justin Brown following the story for us. He spoke with the reporter who wrote that original story.
Now, obviously, this story that you're watching right now was before the man deleted himself, but it was after he got, quote unquote, exposed. After what he was doing pretty publicly was just made known to the general public who wouldn't be privy to the information. Like your average person is not going to be trying to find stuff like that on Reddit or on Instagram. Okay, so let's keep on going.
And Justin, of course, we want to hear from that reporter. But first, what's the reaction so far in Smith Station?
All right.
Yeah, Jason and Barbara, I went to Smith Station tonight to try to speak to some of the members of the community, and a lot of the people have told me they've seen the content, but they did not want to go on camera to share their opinion. The folks in the small city are remaining tight-lipped tonight. This is one of the many pictures posted online by Pastor Bubba Copeland, who is also the mayor of Smith Station.
So you heard what the reporter said right here. The pastor posted this picture of himself online. So it's not like the reporter hacked him or did anything nefarious. It's like you're posting this stuff online. All I'm doing is just putting it in a news report. That's like if I say something on YouTube and I put it out to the public and then somebody does a story and uses my own video. I posted it. It didn't steal it from me. They just found it and used it.
Dressed in ladies' clothing, and the article also includes pictures of him wearing women's underwear. Copeland reportedly posted the pictures on social media sites, Instagram and Reddit. AlabamaBaptist.org released the following statement, quote, "We have become aware of the alleged unbiblical behavior related to the pastor of the First Baptist Church of Phoenix City. We are praying for the leaders of the church family as they seek to determine the truth concerning these accusations," unquote. The pictures came to light when an article was posted by 1819.com. Reporter Craig Monger spoke to me via Zoom, explaining how the conversation between he and the mayor went. He says all quotes in his article are true, with the full recorded conversation as proof.
I can tell you this. For exactly reasons such as this, and because I live in the great state of Alabama, I record all of my phone conversations that I have. For like I said, reasons just such as this.
Reverend and Mayor Copeland addressed the matter earlier in the week in the Wednesday night church service at First Baptist Church of Phoenix City, saying he is the object of an internet attack.
Yes, I have taken pictures of my wife in the privacy of our home in an attempt at humor, because I know I'm not a handsome man nor a beautiful woman either. I apologize for any embarrassment caused by my private and personal life that has come publicly. This will not cause my life to change. This will not waver my devotion to my family, to serving my city, and to serving my church.
Well, boy.
Now, WTVM has reached out to Copeland many times today via phone calls and text messages, and we have not heard back. Now, we're also going to keep you updated on this story and release more information as it becomes available.
All right, so that's the general gist of what was happening before he went and deleted himself. Now, we got more here, all right? Now, this is where it gets really crazy. This is a news report from 1819.com. Posted by the young man you saw earlier, Craig Monger, who was talking about, being in the great state of Alabama and recording the phone conversations. He wrote this article right here. Now, you see the headline, quote, "To say I was a stalker would be a bit of an understatement," unquote. Curvy transgender Smith Station Mayor Copeland wrote fiction about deleting real-life local businesswoman and assuming her identity. Okay, now we getting crazy. Now, Let's pause for a minute. Let's pause for just one moment. Now, there was a police pursuit where they followed Mr. Copeland, but the reason why there was a pursuit is because there was a welfare check. You see, it wasn't that he was going to be charged or anything. They didn't have any warrants for his arrest. They were just concerned about him. Maybe he thought they were coming for him to arrest him. Okay. Now, I wonder why you would think that. Let's just do a little bit of math here, a little bit of quick math. Then we're going to get through some of this article and get some of the details. Pastor, double life, LGBT, transgender, online, a lot on Reddit and places like that in your 60s. What does that equal? I bet, I'm willing to bet all the money in the world that there's something on his phone that should not be there. And y'all know what I'm talking about. Maybe he thought they figured that out and were coming to arrest him. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to just end it right now. That's my assumption, but maybe I'm wrong. Because you didn't feel any kind of way bad when you were, look, he probably right here in front of his house in his picture. So it's like, you're not really hiding like that. I mean, come on. We can see you. We can literally see you. You're posting things online yourself. It's not like somebody hacked your computer or your phone and stole stuff from you. You posted it and now it's online where it always was. let's continue and get through this here. Recently uncovered information shows Smith Station Mayor F.L. Bubba Copeland wrote erotic fiction about deleting a real-life local businesswoman to steal her life, as well as posting pictures of other locals with explicit commentary without their consent. Copeland posted at least 4 pictures of fiction to a website over time. After 1819 News spoke with Copeland, the profile responsible for the publishing the stories was deleted. However, former posts can still be viewed using online software. In one short story, Copeland, who owns a local grocery store, watch this, wrote about watching women in the store security cameras and saving the videos for his private collection. Now, that's very specific. Do you think that's fiction or nonfiction? You let me know. Okay, so you see kind of what we're dealing with here. I'm willing to believe that that's nonfiction, that he really did that. In another long-form fictional story posted under Copeland's pseudonym Brittany Blair, the narrator becomes obsessed with a real-life local business owner who he ultimately deletes to assume her identity. For the sake of the woman's privacy, 1819 News has provided a copy of the fictional story with the names and other identifying information redacted. Warning, the content in the fictional story is explicit. So I'm going to just read some of this, and it might get a little weird. It says, I wanted her life, staring at her on the latest social media application. So this guy obviously is social media obsessed, obviously. But anyway, all I could think about was how amazing it must be to be her. Now I realize that no one's life is perfect. However, from all her internet posts, that's redacted. She looked on top. One would think she could grace the cover of any magazine. She wore the latest in trendy boutique clothes and shoes, heels, ankle boots, style boots. Fashion was her game, and she was great at it. This sounds like your man, Sam Brenton, stealing women's clothing in the airports and wearing them. Sam Brenton was so crazy. He would steal the women's clothing from the airport and then wear it to red carpet events and be photographed on camera. He'd probably be the guy that would complain about being outed. It's like, my man, you wore this stolen dress to a red carpet event with professional photographers in the building. You could find images on Getty Images. Like you got pictures of yourself in news publications because you were right there at the event giving the talk. You were on stage. But anyway, I'm not going to read the rest of that, but let's get through the article. In my cubicle, I scanned her page. The story reads, she posted a new picture. Excited, I screenshot it to add to my ever-growing collection. To say I was a stalker would be a bit of an understatement. Every post she made, I studied it, analyzing and taking notes of her daily routine. What she ate, what she drank, from her favorite coffee to her favorite alcoholic drink, her life had become my obsession. That's your pastor, that's your mayor. And again, I'm not trying to dunk on the people of the community. I'm just saying this guy was obviously living a double life, obviously. Now, here's more. The story then goes on to a graphic description of the narrator seducing the woman's husband after fully assuming his female identity. It concludes with the narrator assailing the woman on a cruise ship, taking her wedding and engagement rings, and finally throwing her to her death. Now, here's more. Okay, he was posting memes, and this is where it gets to the point where I don't have sympathy for this guy actually not being here anymore, okay? Copeland frequently used pictures and details from local residents in his online life. On his Reddit page and elsewhere, he will often post fictional memes featuring young boys and girls with the illusion that the young people in the memes were one person who had undergone a gender transition. All right, Pastor, posting pictures of young girls and boys, real people in your community, fantasizing about them. See, now, what else do you have on your phone that you didn't post publicly, huh? You got in-store cameras. Are you taking pictures of little boys and girls on your phone? Or you got videos of little boys on your hard drive in your store? You disgust me. One meme feature a local brother and sister, at least one of which is a minor, with the caption, "Take the shots, get implants, become the WHRE." The meme was designed to give the impression that the young boy had transitioned to a young girl. Okay, so You see where we going? You see where we going with this? After the initial story ran, the father of the two children contacted 1819 News asking the picture to be removed to protect the children's privacy. The image of the minor boy appears to have been taken from the father's social media and is currently featured there. One featured picture is a meme, once again created with the illusion that the two people in the picture are one and the same, having undergone a gender change. So, I mean, you see what's going on right here. This is Brittany Blair, Reddit. You already see what's going on. Okay. In reality, the two pictures of an English actor, Alex Pettyfer, when he was very young, and a popular social media personality, and Jamie Andrews, who was a 15-year-old cheerleader when the picture featured in the meme was taken. So are you trolling on these young people's social media pages, saving the pictures, putting them on your phone? You see what I'm saying? So again, this is the kind of stuff that he would post. This is the kind of thing that he would do. This is what he was into. You got lady boys and little kids and all kind of just weird stuff. I'm gonna leave that right there. If you want to see the rest of this, I will link to the article. But it's pretty gross. It's pretty gross. And maybe that's why he took his own life. Not because he was quote unquote outed as being transgender, because he did quite a bit of that on his own by posting publicly on Reddit and Instagram and everywhere else. He did quite a bit of that. Like, can't nobody recognize you with a wig and makeup on? But anyway, he did that on his own. I think the bigger thing is that the story ran and it detailed how he was posting some other stuff he shouldn't be posting. They might put two and two together, look on his hard drive, look on his phone, and see some things that should not be there. Now you're going to the penitentiary and you don't want to do that. That's probably why he thought the police were behind him to arrest him for that. But as I close, I want to say this. I mean, you never know what people are doing in their everyday, just, you know, in their private life, away from what they present to you publicly. You never know. And I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your take on what happened here with this particular individual? Do you think that the news website unfairly outed him and that's the reason why he's no longer here? Or is it because this person was doing some very inappropriate things online? Obviously, you have an addiction, had an addiction, had keyword, past tense, because you're not here no more. But there was an addiction. There was a problem there. And you were probably doing some things that were straight up illegal. Not just creepy. We saw some creepy stuff that was posted publicly, but I'm willing to bet there was some outright illegal things that would get him prison time that we did not see, and he didn't want to go to prison. That's why he took his own life. It's very simple. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.